Hello! Question is, to the best of my knowledge, what was your favorite thing about tour? My favorite thing about tour, or the most impactful moment about tour, was probably taken, I think, by either PJ or Sarah, mentioning the loss of the guitars. If you haven't seen that video yet, it should be right there. If it is right there, that's going to be awesome. So, in light of the fact that that story has been taken, the next best moment was in Moriarty. Sorry, I had hairs getting in my mouth. That day started out bright and sunny, but there was some cloud sort of brewing way off in the distance. We knew that a storm was likely to come from that, since storms always seem to hit on days that we're going to play on the Extreme Tour. But that's what makes the Extreme Tour so extreme. We spent the day just out talking to people, hanging out at different stores and wandering around the parks and things. And then came time to set up for the show. So we got everything there, we were setting everything up. There wasn't going to be very much in the way of cover if rain did fall. So we start setting up and the show gets underway. The storm starts moving in closer. The sky off in the distance was just completely black, it seemed. And there was lightning way off, and it's just inching its way towards the city. And so I was standing there just sort of praying, keeping an eye on the weather, and I was just, begging God, essentially, for the storm to cease. Now, prior to this, we'd been doing a whole lot of Bible studies, and there was like a common theme of storms. I remember one of the stories was when all the disciples were on the boat in that lake. They were freaking out because of the storm, and they did what most Christians would think to do, which is call on Jesus. And the really convenient thing was Jesus was right there in the boat. He was just taking a nap downstairs. So they run downstairs, they're like, "Help! Storm! We're gonna die." He goes up, and he does exactly what you'd expect Jesus to do, calms the storm down, and sort of scolded the disciples for not having enough faith. They could have calmed the storm themselves, I suppose, if they had had the faith to do it. So, back to what was at that point the present, but is now the past, but more recent past than biblical times. We're in Moriarty, and the storm starts getting really, really, really close. And I was like, "Jesus, please make the storm go away. I don't know what we're going to do if it doesn't go away." And then just that little thought struck me, how would Jesus want me to handle this then? A thought came into my mind, well, don't beg Jesus to make the storm go away. Talk to the storm yourself. When Jesus was scolding the disciples, they could have calmed that storm themselves, couldn't they? So I started praying, and rather than begging Jesus to make the storm go away, I started saying, well, storm, calm yourself, split down the middle, you're not going to touch us. And I don't know if I really believed what I was saying, but then here's the other thing that came to mind, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, there I am also. I was like, well, we got way more than 2 or 3 people here. I'll just start walking around to the different, actual leadership people and then band members and start being like, hey, just start speaking to the storm that it's going to split. And so they're all like, okay, yeah, we'll do it. Well, we probably had 10 or so people praying that same thing. And suddenly, I noticed the storm, which was coming right for us above the stage, went like that and started splitting like someone had just stuck a wedge in the middle of it. Started splitting like that, and it kept going around us, like it was raining surrounding us and in the city behind us. It was raining all around, and there was lightning still going, but we were completely dry, and there was just that wedge still just parting past us on either side. And yeah, none of the equipment got a drop of water on it, none of the people got a drop of water on them, and then after the show was over, the storm was gone, and everything was good. So I guess that would be probably the most impactful moment of tour.